Okay, guys. I haven't. No, you haven't seen me in a while. It's August 9th. Um, wow, wow, what a journey. Um, every day is just amazing. I've come to the realization that the biggest trick they pulled on us was that um, it doesn't matter what we do. Be happy. Those types of things. The most everything we do matters. Everything we think, every thought we think, every emotion we feel, every action we take, every single thing. um, the lack of personal responsibility is just sickening. But anyway, so I I, uh, I really didn't want to come back on and do videos. I was talking to Gwen yesterday, and I was thinking about like blogging or writing instead, just because of the energy, the transference of the energy, um, and what it does to me. It takes me away from my presence and awareness a lot, so which drains my energy. But I need to do this again. Trying to establish a record of my having overcome obstacles through this journey and realizations that will all come to um, along this journey, but to be able to articulate them to allow these children um, some kind of guidebook or reassurance to what they're intuiting, or the truths that they know, that they may feel like they can't speak or act upon or live upon because society just shames it or mocks it. So basically instilling courage. Um, And again, a sign of being wise is not, if somebody tells you something's hot, it's not going, well, me, I got to put my hand on it to tell. Well, if you know you're that fucking ignorant, then maybe you need to fix that and quit saying that is who you are. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? So that's where my whole life is now. Everything is checked and balanced and weighed and um, accounted for. Nothing is wasted. Nothing's coming out. Um, this video is going to be a little bit scattered. It's been so long. There's so many things. I did 125 days of juicing. Um, I ended that after I had quit doing videos a few months ago. I ended up doing 125 days. I went after getting off the straight juice. I went to raw foods, and I was doing, I do my own fermentations and everything. So I'm going to be doing videos on fermentations, how important this is, how important. Again, just rehashing different things that I've can articulate a little bit better when it comes to our systems and how they operate and how they function and how they work. Um, and then I went back on juice, and so my goal was, when I went back on juice a little over a month ago, was to now do a mono fruit, meaning instead of the variety, to cut it down to one. So I did watermelon for like I think it was like 38 days or something like that. I did watermelon juice and watermelon. I was eating it as well. I was eating and drinking it, and juicing it. So I did that for about 30, almost 40 days. Uh, and that was up until just 3 days ago. On Thursday, I think it was, I was almost killed by the parasites. So I will be doing a video on that. My eyes I'm like still beat up. It's 3 days later. I mean, they almost killed me. It was unbearable pain psychologically, physically, and it took everything I could do emotionally just to hold it together. If I had a gun in my hands, I would have shot myself in the face and gotten it over with. That's how bad the pain is. I told Brandon yesterday, I said, if I had a choice, the pain's so bad, that kind of pain is so bad and so intense and so unreal, that if I had a choice, and someone handed me a gun and said, okay, you got to do this, you got to go through this pain again for another day, or just go ahead and end it, I'd just go ahead and end it. I don't want to. I don't want to. If it's my choice, I don't want to. That's how bad that is. That's how bad that is, because it encompasses you. There's no getting away from it. You can't. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing you can do. There's no part of you that you can hide in. So I've been doing a ton of research on these parasites, tons of information coming to light. My eyes are opened up even more because supposedly what these parasites are doing is they're wrapping around your pineal gland at birth and controlling you since birth. And it's something that needs to be taken care of since birth. But, that's just one kind of parasites. There's hundreds. I mean, it's unreal and it's unavoidable. The only thing we can do is make this vessel, is because, again, as eternal souls, our only job on this earth is inside of this physical vessel is to take care of this physical vessel. And we do everything except for take care of this physical vessel. And, I've been learning about, because I've known this, it's like it all clicked today. I watched some more stuff and looked into a couple more things, and then it just all clicked because I've watched these nature shows before where these parasites take over these insects, and these insects will actually kill themselves, like the deer disease, that the deer causes the deer to go crazy, and they'll run out and into traffic, they'll drown themselves, they'll whatever, but it's all caused from parasites. But you can see how these parasites reflected in nature, and then what I never did was I'd never applied it to why it's no difference with us. And, the parasites aren't going to say, well, I prefer, orangutans over you, unless that orangutan harbors some kind of, bacteria or something that parasite enjoys more than something else, than another host would. But otherwise, we're all susceptible. They're everywhere. They're in water. They're in the dirt. They're on your animals. They're everywhere. They're unavoidable. You can't get away from them. They are everywhere. The only way that because you can drive yourself crazy worrying about them because they're everywhere. And trying to keep it clean and oh my God, and wearing a mask and no, that's not how we're supposed to live. The only reason we worry about them is because we've destroyed ourselves to the point that we have to worry about them because they have an influence on us. So again, I'll be going into videos on that, the process of getting rid of them, because it's a multi-step approach. Like I said, I mean, they almost killed me. It was unreal. I barely could move yesterday. I was hurting all day. And it's so weird because I had 2 10-minute periods yesterday out of nowhere. It would come out of nowhere 2 times out of nowhere, just hurting. Like yesterday, I was just hurting. It was body sores, this weird headache that just was there all day, just like a tight stomach, just like this weird feeling like at any moment, something was going to make me so nauseous. It went unreal. Like something was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I had 2 times where everything went away. There was no physical pain or discomfort. There was no emotional pain or discomfort. There was no psychological pain or discomfort. It was like there was just a calm and a peace, and I was just like, both times, I mean, when it hits you, because you're just feeling something, and then all of a sudden you just feel normal, nothing's hurting, and you're like, because I was fermenting all morning yesterday morning. And so I remember, just going, like looking around, like, is this real? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, I feel great. I mean, if I could feel like this 24/7, I would never have ever anything to complain about. No pains. no discomforts. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, boom, back again. Right. And again, there's an answer for why that is. Again, how these parasites, they control your emotions, they control your thoughts, they control your actions. They control your nervous system. They control they travel through your blood. They can go anywhere in your body, from the very tip of your head to the tips of your toes, to the tips of your fingers. They move throughout. When trying to get rid of them, if you've never done a detox before, a parasite detox, in your whole life, you've never done that. Every other country in the world, I believe, every fucking country in the world except for America has a protocol for parasites for their populations, except for America. Our doctors won't even recognize them, and there's a reason behind that. And I'm going to make a video. I'm going to do a series of videos just on parasites, because this really needs to be hammered home, because if you aren't understanding this thing about parasites, and this is not a 5-alarm fire in your fucking brain, then that is just a testament to how badly infected you are, and how badly you are being controlled and manipulated, and the wool put over your eyes by these parasites. Because see, now these things are so incredibly intelligent. Okay, these things are so incredibly intelligent that they know. You think, okay, just when you get the thought, okay, I'm going to get rid of these parasites, you're letting them know. They're in there, bud. You're their host. There are no secrets. You're not holding any. You can't put anything in your mouth, your ears, your eyes, your skin, nothing without them knowing. Nothing. And if they don't approve of what you put in you, they're going to let you know. Period. They're so intelligent. Look, if they're so intelligent, though, that if they know that you're trying to get rid of them, they will go and hide. If they know that you're on a detox and you're taking everything that you're supposed to be taking, you're doing the steps, and you got your binders, and you're taking your probiotics, and your which is through your fermented foods. I don't think you should take any kind of probiotic fucking powders or pills or anything. I think it should be through fermented foods. But yeah, anyways, so much. I got to put this stuff together. I still got brain fog, major brain fog. These things cause major brain fog. They literally, you can have something in front of you and it be one way, but they will make you see it different or understand it differently, and you just look at it and you can't understand anything. So they are basically controlling your organism, your body, and it's probably, I mean, this whole thing, everything of this world is against you. Everything of this world is trying to use you, trick you, manipulate you, abuse you, use you up, spit you out, and forget about you. Only you, only me, only only us can take care of our own health. That's it. We're our own experts, guys. We need to take responsibility. Personal responsibility is lacking. I mean, it's non-existent in America. There's no personal responsibility in America. None. This society doesn't demand it. It doesn't. This is the most excuse-ridden society, and the reason is because it's set up like that. Because if I say you can't have an excuse for your laziness or your mistakes or your thing, then I can't have one for mine, and then that holds me accountable, and then I have to make changes. And so, we're up against everything, guys. Everything in this world. This comes down to a personal journey. There's nobody going to help you. Nobody's going to help you get through this. Nobody's going to give you the answers. Nobody's going to... You already know everything. And if you're not going to trust yourself, then you're spinning circles on your journey. You're not going anywhere. If you are not building trust in yourself, if you are not day by day building trust in yourself, improving yourself, that you love yourself, that you are number one, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're doing what's right, that you're getting in touch with your intuition, and that you're staying present and aware, if you aren't doing those things, then you are so controlled by not only, the frequencies that we deal with, that we're inundated with constantly, but also the parasites that we've all let in, and not only let in, but fed and hosted, and been more than happy to provide a life to these things for. So, there's a lot we're dealing with, and if you're not taking it seriously and you think you're just going to keep on going to work, and you're just hoping one day you're going to win the lottery, or one day Jesus is going to come back, or one day the world's going to end and just be over and you're just going to skate on through, it's not how this works, guys. You're going to get reincarnated back here. If you aren't going to do the work for yourself and figure this out for yourself, this is a mental game. This physical earth is all a hallucination. It's all a fucking mirage. It's all created in everything you see physically was first a thought that had to come through the ether. Okay? And that's how it is. Period. This is all a thought. And if you can't control your mind, if you are weak-minded because of parasites, because of frequencies, because of your programming, because of this, because of that, because you won't let go of your ego, because you won't let go of your attachments, because you want to just have it all and eat your cake too, and you don't want to give any of it up, and you just want to be the master who says, well, I'll take this, and this, and I'm going to leave this, and this out, and this is perfect. No. It doesn't work like that. We're all the same. We're all humans. We're all eternal souls occupying a physical body, and we all have the same fucking personal responsibility to ourselves and to each other. And that's to not propagate and perpetuate lies, deceit, madness, manipulation, and etc. So, we shouldn't even be talking. None of us should be talking until we've done our detox. None of us, because we are still being influenced, highly, highly influenced, especially if you've never detoxed from these things before, and you're heavy on processed and junk foods, and you've been drinking, and and you've just been living that type of life your whole life. You're fucked. You're fucked. You're not going to jump into this the first month and think that you know anything, because you can know it all. You already know it. It's just a matter of accessing, and the problem is, on this journey, as you access and get deeper into these things, these parasites are going to do everything to trip you up and fool you, because when you have these thoughts, what it's doing is it's sending off chemicals in your body, and that's how they know. They don't read your mind and they hear everything and they hear your voice in your head. No, they're being signaled by the fucking chemical, by the neurons, by that's how it works. Things turning on that don't turn on unless, like a light switch. Oh, he turned on the light switch. If he knows what the fuck we're up to, he knows what the fuck okay, we got to start our fucking game of hiding and acting like we don't exist. And that's what they do. So I'll be sharing tons more information. I seriously don't have anything to do with anybody. I don't want anything to do. The more I get through this, deeper into this journey I realize the more of a personal journey it is. I realize more and more how our attachments to people are. It's not love. It is not love. It is a disgusting, nasty attachment that we have to people, and it's because we don't want to do our work. We want that community. We want that excuse to excuse any behaviors or laziness or frivolities that we want to be involved in, or idle hands, or whatever. And being in those communities, it's much easier, because when you're by yourself, you have two people there. You have your soul, your spirit, that's telling you, hey, motherfucker, look, we need to get up, we need to stop this, we need to do this right now. And then it's the parasites that sit there, and then because you get those thoughts, and then you just sit there. And then immediately, while you're having those thoughts, then you think, I got to take the trash out. Oh, and that would be a good time to get that project started up, and think, oh, you know what? I'm hungry. Because the parasite got the signal that you were thinking about something productive and something outside of what benefits it, and it said, oh, hell no, and it sent the goddamn messenger to your brain, or clicked it, because it might be just sitting wrapped up around in your brain. I mean, these things get fucking, guys, these things are unbelievable. These things are something out of a nightmare. These things are microscopic fucking monsters, aliens. I mean, you want to see. You're never going to see, like, you watch these horror movies with people who like these crazy horror movies with these stupid, all these different monsters and stuff. That's what these parasites look like when you blow them up under microscopes. This is no joke. So you're either going to take this seriously or not. But I don't have time for people because I see they're so heavily influenced, and everybody around me. I mean, everybody's got excuses. I mean, that's the first thing that starts falling out of people's mouths, because when you're resonating at that spirit level, and then somebody else sees how you're walking your walk, and then they see that they aren't walking their walk like that, but they should. They have to have an excuse. They got to excuse it because they got that cognitive dissonance now. And that fucking worm is not going to let them, those parasites are not going to let them do what their spirit wants them to do and what they're supposed to be doing, because they're two different things. You can't serve two different masters. You can't serve your spiritual side while at the same time working for a Fortune 500 company and working your way up the ladder and becoming, wealthy and all of the. It's not going to happen. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it, guys. It's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. Jesus said to the rich man, he said, the rich man came running up to Jesus, hey man, bam, what's up, my nigga? Fuck, Jesus, hell yeah, I want to be part of your crew, man. I want to be one of you people. Jesus said, okay, no problem. Leave all your shit. I'm heading out now. Let's go. Yeah, but Jesus, I got all this stuff back at the house that we can use. I got the coolest carriages. I got fucking donkeys and slaves and everything we need, Jesus. It's going to be an awesome trip. Jesus said, no. You want to roll with my crew? You're going to leave all your worldly bullshit behind. You're going to fucking start walking with me. Couldn't do it. And that's how I see 99.9999% of the people around me and in America. And I'm not speaking for any other country, but I'm sure it's all the fucking same wherever you go. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. This is a personal journey, and you're either going to do it or you're not. You can talk about it for years and be all motivated and join groups, enjoy the breath group, and join the yoga group, and join the spiritual group, and join this group, and join that group, and you can be like 24/7 just feeling good, like and you go out to eat with your friends, and you eat whatever you want, and you drink, and life's just so good and so carefree, and I breathe, and everything's good. Man, you're missing it, dude. You are fucking missing it. You're missing it. Jesus said, follow me. Follow me. And what is following Jesus? Following Jesus is detaching from the physical, taking care of your one duty as a spiritual being in this spiritual body, taking care of your spiritual body, and living correctly. With no vices, no fucking sicknesses, no diseases, able to work miracles. It's not miracles. We call it a miracle because we don't know how it fucking works. It's not a miracle. It's it's how nature works. It's alchemy. It's the way things work in this 3D shit show. Because he's an eternal, all-knowing spirit, he knew exactly how to manipulate it. And we do too. It's just that these things, our powers, have been stripped of us, and instead the knowledge of those powers have been put somehow. With this mind control that they got us all under, they shoved that knowledge to the back, and in the forefront they put their programming and their propaganda, which makes us go to work and think that we need to have a car and a house and a wife and kids and a legacy, and we have to accomplish things, and we have to do our best and work like it as if it's unto God, and all of this horse shit. while we sit here and drive ourselves into the ground, fucking gaslight ourselves, and slowly destroy, torture, and kill ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Period. And we choose to. Because we can't let go of the fun. We can't let go of the fun, the frivolities, and we are scared. We are scared as fuck. When we have nothing to be afraid of. The thing we have to be afraid of is to remain ignorant to this, because remaining ignorant to this and not doing this work and just playing this fucking worldly game and acquiring fucking money and possessions and all of these things, that's not what we're here for, guys. You're an idiot. You are a fucking moron if you think that we are eternal souls that came into this physical body to have 80 years of fun. Because explain to me, if that's what the purpose is, or to learn lessons, if that's what the purpose is, then why the 95% of us living in complete abject fucking pain and poverty? So, yeah, man, a lot to go over. I got several different areas I want to get into. Again, going into, I'm going to stop giving other people, through the internet, my undivided attention like I was for their stories. Everybody's just going to have to find their own way, man. Because it just takes too much energy out of me, and I'm not healed yet. If once I'm healed, then everything, the sky's the limit for what I can do. But until I'm healed, my energy reserves are get tapped so easily that I got to be very careful where I spend my energy and what I spend my energy on. So my energy is, again, wholly focused on figuring this shit out for myself and through my own experiences, regardless of what anybody tries to tell me, using my own experiences. Again, if there's something like, hey, the fucking stove is hot when you turn it on. If you put your hand on it, you're going to get burnt. Things like that, I'm wise enough. I'm not going to go put my hand on the fucking thing to know that it's hot. Okay, you told me, I can get close. I see it's hot. He's not lying. Okay. That's how you fucking verify, right? Oh, man, I know this is scattered. Again, I'm having really bad brain fog and scattered thoughts and everything, and it's very hard to put things together. But I just needed to go ahead and start the boost. This was my boost to start making these videos again. Because, like I said, I really don't want to do it. I want to go crawl in a hole. I want to put a bag on my back and get out. I want to get out. This fucking nation, this place disgusts me so fucking bad. There's nothing, zero that is around me that is good, that is proper, that is in alignment with how we're supposed to live. Nothing. I can't walk outside my door and anything I look at around me be in alignment with how we're supposed to be living. Nothing. I can't go anywhere. I go out to the country, I get away from everything, and that's better. I'm like, okay, I can breathe, I can feel the frequency. I'm so sensitive to the frequencies. I can feel the frequency difference. Like here, I can feel the inundation constantly, nonstop. Whereas there, I actually feel like there's a break in the frequency, like fucking pounding. So yeah. Still trying to get out to the farmhouse, getting closer. Recently, I've been going out there again and getting work done. So, man, making a big final push. I'm really, really hoping to get in there before winter sets in this year. Really fucking hoping to. So we'll see what happens with that. And I think I'll end that video here. But yeah, so I hope everybody's doing good, and I hope you're being personally responsible. You're taking your personal responsibility seriously and being disciplined, because that's all that matters. Everything else is horseshit. Every thought you think, everything is accounted for. You are not getting away with any of it. All the things you think you're hiding because you don't speak them out loud, it's not hidden. One day it's going to come to light, and it's going to be just as verbal as if you were shouting it in the street. So all your dirty laundry is going to come out eventually. So my suggestion to anybody that's listening would be to fucking buck up, man up, woman up, do what you have to do, and start listening to that voice, that little spirit that talks to you. And it's small. It's small. It's so small when you've been wrapped up in the game for so long, and that spirit is just so far back there, but it's talking to you and it tells you what to do. But the thing is, this is how we overcome that spirit constantly. Instead of heeding the call of that spirit right then, right at that second, we sit there and we start excusing immediately. We come up with excuses, reasons not to get up, reasons not to go do it, reasons not to, take action, reasons not to change, reasons why we can't do it, reasons why. And that's the parasites, that's the programming, that's the laziness indoctrination that was put in you. You got to remember, guys, they taught you how not to think. You were put into it on purpose. You have been taught not to think by the government education system from the age of 4 or 5 to 18 years old. You were taught not to think. You were taught to obey. You were taught to follow a rigorous schedule. You were taught to listen to you were conditioned to be to jump at certain sounds, certain noises. You were taught how to properly fit into social circles. That way the individual would then be crushed. All of these things. So, if you think that you are so smart and you're so intelligent and you know all these things, but you're still living the same life and you're like, oh, I'm on my journey. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're an egotistical dumbass. You're an egotistical fool. And I think that's what most people are, egotistical fools. They know everything, but they do fucking nothing because they have a fucking excuse for everything. So, I'm done with people. I'm done with, and not that, there's nobody that I'm mad at, and there's nobody that I'm holding anything towards. I'm just, I realize that this is all a learning experience for me, being so present and aware for so long now, constantly, daily, that, oh yeah, and I started smoking weed again about a month ago, about a month or 5 weeks ago. So I'll be going into that. I'll be going into everything, man, because it all needs to get out there again, and but there's even though I don't leave the house other than go to work or go to the grocery store, I have such a wealth of experience every day that I'm learning from just by being present and aware that you realize that, oh my God, we've been living so fucking fast, and it's on purpose to keep us so confused and busy and never able to figure anything out or fix anything properly. Yeah, it's all on purpose. So you have to intentionally slow yourself down. You have to, most people's excuses for not being able to do this journey is that they can't quit their job, or they got to do this, or they have kids, or, whatever. But, this is an individual journey, even with your kids. Like, I don't spend time with Brandon and Gwen. I don't. I'm on a whole different part of my journey than they are on theirs. And I cannot allow them to, my love for them, right? I can't use that as an excuse. I can't allow my ego to use that as an excuse to enjoying myself in things that they do, that are distracting from my journey. So, I put no relationship over my relationship between my spirit and my physical self, because that has to come first. That has to come first. Once I get myself straightened out, maybe, I don't know how relationships go after that. Maybe because we'd be two completely different people. One a programmed, parasite-ridden, downloaded, let's say, minion of the system, and then the other one being a fully autonomous physical body encompassed by a soul, a spirit. And so, those are two different things. So I don't know. I don't, again, you can't help anybody. I mean, I can tell everybody, as much as I want, but and they can take it in and they can repeat it all back to me verbatim, word for word. But it doesn't matter. If you are not doing, the only thing that matters is your actions. So if you are not doing, then well, I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. It's as simple as that. You're wasting your fucking breath, because it stresses me out, because I see the typical shit of running your fucking mouth and doing the word game and saying, oh, how great you are. But then I see, on the other hand, you living and doing completely different opposite thing. And I can't put up with that, because that causes cognitive dissonance in my head, and I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with somebody telling me one thing and doing another. I can't deal with it. What else? So there is a lot. I think I'll end this here, though. I just need to get a video out there to break back in. It might be a week. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to put up another video, but whenever it happens, it happens. And guys, if you've got this knowledge and you're choosing to be lazy, and you're choosing to just sit there with it and take your time and piddle diddle with it, and you're just using the fact that you have this knowledge in order to belong to different groups and forums, and so that way you can feel like you're part of a community, and you aren't really taking this like seriously, like life and death seriously. Like, there's no sense in being alive if you're going to continue to allow these fucking parasites to control you. I mean, why are you even living? You're living for a parasite. And again, that's whether that parasite's the government, whether it's your religion, whether it's your God, whether it's your special interest group, whether it's your social group, whether it's your government, whatever it is, and that is how this whole thing, I think, has become corrupted, because they took the importance away from the individual and made us feel like we were nothing unless we belonged to a group. And through their school systems, they reinforce that power's found in groups, safety's found in numbers, all that bullshit. Anybody can do this, but like I said, it's pretty wild, man. I don't think, the amount of people that will actually pick up their cross and bear their own burden and take their own personal responsibility and be disciplined enough and be courageous enough to do this. No, it's not even worth talking to anybody. It's not worth wasting my breath, because I'm actually trying to accomplish something, whereas everybody else just wants to run around and run their mouth. And I don't want it, because the other thing, it seems like when you start talking to people like that, they just want to show how smart they are and how much they know. And when you say something, they just like, oh yeah, and act like, oh yeah, I already know that knowledge. Well, yeah, but if you know it, then why aren't you living it? And it's that simple. Oh, well, because, it takes time, and, and I still got this, and I got to wait till the kids graduate, and, they're off to college, and me and the old lady are, and everybody's got an excuse, and they're never going to change, because they're addicted. They're addicted to being lazy. They're addicted to being lazy. Addicted to being fucking lazy and scared. Addicted to being lazy and scared. Disgusting. That's not somebody I want to be around. It's not somebody I want to associate with. And most people don't think they're like that, but most people are. Because they think that they're brave and they stand up and they just stand up for themselves. No, they don't. They don't. They do for their ego character, you know? They do for their ego character, but they're not brave. They're not that courageous soul standing up for what's right. Standing up for what's human. Standing up for what their responsibility is. Taking responsibility. So, yeah, I wish you all the best, man. To anybody who's actually putting in the work and changing and being disciplined and taking their personal responsibility serious, I keep it up. Look, you can do this. We are. Those times at my very bottom, because this happens, you all the time. Not all the time, less, but you just feel like you're going crazy. You feel like you're losing it. You feel like, what is it worth? What, all of these things. And I just, every time that comes up, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I do it? Why am I here if I'm not going to do it? What am I going to do if I'm not going to do it? And when I ask myself those questions, it immediately is just so easy to get right back on the wagon and do what I got to do, because I realize if I'm not going to do this, then that means that I'm just giving myself over and being subservient to something else, whether it's a government, a religion, a parasite, this, that, or the other thing. And I'm not going to do that. I'm too important. You're too important. But if you don't think you're that important and you hold your worth in a group, and that's the only way you know your worth is as part of a group, that's your problem. I don't know what to tell you. I feel sad for you. My heart bleeds and breaks, and but I can't sit here and feel bad for 7 billion people, that each have their own dramatic story of why they won't heal. You know what I mean? So if you're on this journey and you're actually putting in the work, my suggestion would be you quit talking to people as much as possible. Every day, just know that you're building that trust and faith in yourself, that you're building that reason why, that why you should trust yourself. Every day you're doing, everything you do is proving to yourself that you care about yourself, that you love yourself, that you want the best. Right? That you don't want to harm yourself or anybody or anything else, that you want, this is what we need, right? This is what you need to do. And keep that focus. But people, man, I'm telling you right now, this whole world, everything outside of you is against you. Everything. It doesn't matter who or what it is. Everything outside of you is against you. And you might be like, you're crazy. You just think everybody's out to get you. Oh, here he comes. His schizophrenia's kicking in again. No. Guys, this is it. Name one thing outside of you that is influencing you in a positive way. Exactly. So, if you aren't responsible for yourself, you're not going to be able to make excuses and blame it on somebody else. It's all your fault. So, stay strong if you're on this journey, because it gets hard, man. It gets, with the easiness and the peace that comes, when the hard times hit, it's hard, dude. Because you're getting to everything on a deeper level. And it's wow, it's mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But okay, that's it. And like I said, I'll be making a series of videos. What did I say? Parasites, frequencies, fermenting, marijuana usage, dopamine, all of these things. So, yeah. Hope everybody's doing good, and by good I mean that you are taking personal responsibility.